Kevin Key here, and I have a special guest that's just going to blow your mind. I have the CEO of Zuru. It's the fastest growing toy company in the world. I have the CEO, Nick Mowbray.
Zuru, we're one of the fastest growing toy companies in the world, known for our speed to market and innovation. Let me show you what the team at Zuru is all about.
Being based in China does create a huge advantage for us. We currently employ more than 3,000 people and have a footprint in all of our key markets with 10 offices worldwide. Additionally, we indirectly employ more than 10,000 people in China and continue to grow fantastic partnerships with our OEM factories. Every day at Zuru, we are manufacturing over 400,000 toys.
Since 2015, we have more than doubled our international business and now distribute to over 120 countries, and there's no signs of us slowing down. Our products are available in all major retail stores, and we work closely with our retail and distribution partners.
In the great USA, we have 98% distribution coverage through our partnerships with all our major retailers. With the opening of over 10,000 square foot of showroom space in LA, Bentonville, and Minneapolis, we will continue our USA growth.
Creativity is the heart of what we do. We bring a new approach to design and shape our brands from the ground up. We've built a world-class team of illustrators, designers, and engineers, and continues to grow our development resource year on year.
Zuru follows a three-pronged approach to business: innovation, value, and licensing.
Zuru remains at the forefront of product innovation by working with inventor companies from around the globe. We identify promising concepts and develop these into marketable brands. Bunch of Balloons is the perfect example of how we took a great concept and brought it to market in the right way. Within 6 months, we developed the automation machines that are now responsible for making over 270,000 bunches every day.
We love ideas with real imagination. We're always asking, what if, or imagine that? And nobody brings creativity to life quicker than Zuru.
We believe in telling stories. It's the stories behind our products that fuel and encourage the imagination of kids. But how we tell these stories is rapidly changing. At Zuru, we build diverse and effective marketing plans that create billions of touch points with our brands every year.
We're really excited about the future. Come play with Zuru.
Thank you for coming on.
No worries. Nice to see you this morning.
Well, Nick, our audience are inventors, product developers. We have a lot of toy inventors out there that would love to know more about you and your company, because I know you've got a ton of hit toys. You seem to have these hit toys coming out year after year after year. So let's turn it back for just a minute and talk about Bunch of Balloons. Because that's still on fire today, is it? It is.
Yeah, well, I think it's 4 years in a row now, or 5 years, the number one selling spring summer item, and 3 of those 5 years it was the number one selling toy in North America, all categories, which is pretty amazing because it's a spring summer item. So it only sells for 6 months of the year, and it was still. I mean, it's been overtaken by LOL in the last couple of years, but it had, I think, 2 or 3 years there where it was number one in North America, and of course still number one in the summer category every year.
So basically tell me, how many units have you sold?
In total? Well, we sell about 30 million packs a year. And so that over the last, I don't know if it's 4 years or how many years it's been in the market. So it's a lot. It's a lot. About 3 billion balloons a year, I think.
That's a few. That's just a year.
Yeah, correct.
Okay, wow. But you've got a new product out that does something a little bit different with balloons. Let's talk about that for just a minute.
Yeah, sure. So it's Bunch of Balloons Party. And so, of course, after the success and continued success of Bunch of Balloons Water, we were looking, sort of the obvious thing to look at was party balloons. And same kind of challenges, difficult to blow up. And so we basically designed Bunch of Balloons Party, where you can fill, tie, ribbon, and string and seal 40 party balloons in 40 seconds. So you could fill a whole room literally in 5 minutes. So it's a real game changer.
Very, very fast. Now, I was looking at all the toys that your company's creating and bringing to market, and it's all over the board. I mean, it's not just one area. I mean, could you go through a couple of the other products that you have, some of the other hits? Because I looked at the list of all the toy products, and it's staggering.
So we have a very defined strategy, and because we built the business essentially out of Asia, we moved to China when I was 18, my brother was 22, and my sister was early 20s as well. And we built the whole business out of Asia, and we started to build this really core competency in building, complex automation and robotics to build products. So half of our business is really, and we have 54 acres of our own factory, which half of it is automated. So part of our business is looking at established categories and saying, how do we develop and build a value-driven brand, which is as good as the market leader in that category, and deliver more margin to our retail partners and deliver a real value and wow to the consumer. And so if you look at our X-Shot brand, we ship over 35 million dart blasters a year. That's a great example. We're doing it in a number of other categories. For example, die cast with metal machines. So we automate the whole factory.
Okay.
With bricks. So there's that value sort of portion of our business where we kind of disrupt it from a manufacturing standpoint. And then there is the core innovation part of our business. So brands like Bunch of Balloons, brands like Rainbow Corns, Smashes, Robo Alive, Pets Alive, things like this. So we have sort of this two sort of strategic parts of our business. We did a lot of licensing. We're doing less of it now. Only very particular things. For example, this year we're launching Baby Shark, which is huge. So we're very selective when it comes to licensed products. We're mainly focused on either innovation or value.
Now you're also in 120 countries that you're
Correct.
selling.
Correct.
And you have 18 offices around the world. Is that true too?
Correct, we do now, yeah. So we even have 3 in the US. So our US head office is in LA, and then in Minneapolis and in Bentonville there, so outside of Target and outside of Walmart. And then we have 4 of our own factories in China, and our head office is in Shenzhen. I think we have about 600 or 700 people in Shenzhen. I don't know the exact number, but in our head office there, and sales offices dotted around the world.
Okay, so everyone that you're listening, this company's on fire, and they've disrupted the toy industry. As you can tell, I've been in the toy industry for a few years. I started with Teddy Ruxpin, with laser tag, but those were, I don't know if you were even born back then, Nick. Those toys go back so long ago. Tell me this: are you an inventor-friendly company? Do you like inventors?
Absolutely. So if you look at our business, Bunch of Balloons obviously came from an inventor. One of our first major hits, RoboFish, must be 8 years ago now, but that took us to our first 100 million, I think, at that time. And that was an inventor product, a hit from the year before last with a fidget trend. Started with the fidget cube, which came out of the 2 guys who had the second biggest Kickstarter of all time. I think it raised $9 million on Kickstarter, the fidget cube, and we licensed that, and that was huge that year. We licensed basically a lot of ideas. If you look back at our history, we've licensed dozens and dozens of ideas. Not all of them as successful as others, but that's part of the toy game, as you well know.
Okay, so my audience always wants to submit ideas to you. Do they just go on your website? Is it easy to submit ideas to you?
It is, yeah. We have an area on our website, but also I know a lot of inventors work with our head of inventor relations, Zach. So Zach at Zuru.com. You need to get hold of him. But he's sort of filtering through ideas every day and looking at them and bringing them to our attention, the ones that he thinks are good. And so we're constantly looking at ideas. You never know where the next great idea will come from, and that's something I definitely learned pretty early on. You never know where it will come from, whether it's a crowdfunding campaign or an inventor. If you look at Maker Tape, which we did last year, I think it was one of the biggest Kickstarters ever as well, and it went viral. It was in over 200 or 300 media outlets around the world. The Namuno, the Lego tape. It wasn't as successful in the end, but I think it had billions of media impressions. It was in Time and the front cover of USA Today. So sometimes they come from crowdfunders, sometimes they come from inventors. Okay. Sometimes you just find ideas from retailers. Sometimes you see them in a factory in China. You just never know kind of where ideas come from. So we're always open to looking at new things.
Okay. And what is what do you usually need? Do you need a prototype, a sell sheet, a video? What do you like to see to discover that magic that inventors come up to submit an idea to you?
I think, yeah, normally we want to see a prototype, to be honest. We want to be able to, visualize something and see that inventors have actually gone that step to
All right.
realize it and have proof of concept. So I think that's important.
How important is a patent? Do we have to have a patent, or can we have a patent pending? What would you like to see?
Look, it depends on the innovation, I guess. I mean, sure, it's nice, but I don't think it's essential. I think if you've come up with something truly innovative, that has that magic, that's going to resonate and work in the market. But I think it's really important for inventors to try and sort of stay on trend as well and move with the toy industry. It's pretty obvious where all the trends are at any one time. If you look now in terms of the multiple surprises and layers, that's a huge trend right now. So it's staying on those trends as well and trying to add more magic to sometimes what's existing on the market. How do I make that even more amazing or do something with more magic than what currently exists?
The big question, it seems like inventors always are asking, they submit an idea to a company. How long does it take for you to get back to them? Is it 2 weeks? Is it 3 weeks? Is it a month? Because they're not very patient, Nick. So what should they expect?
So if we like something, we're normally back pretty quickly. So that's a good indication. And then, if it's something that's not going to fly, I mean, normally within a couple of weeks, I would expect our team to come back to you and tell an inventor that they're not interested. But generally speaking, if you've got something good, you'll hear back pretty quickly from the company, is my experience. We want to jump on something if it's strong.
Well, Nick, thank you very much for coming on. I know you're extremely busy. You're doing so many different things. And I just want to tell everybody, I love this company. They're on fire. They're doing things brand new. And it's just a pleasure to have you here with us today, Nick. So thank you very much.
Thank you. I appreciate the time.